Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is Season 6. We are round number 2 today of ILR5 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's been holding races since 2004 and became a night race since the hybrid era started in 2014. And what a classic race it is. It's a track where it has so many overtaking battles, and I just love it. I just love commentating on these races, so it should be fun. So I am Jess, and I will be in the commentary box as per usual. So nice to see you all on this fine Thursday evening. Hope you enjoyed the other tiers earlier on. Don't ask me how my race went. I'm not going to go there. But anyway, I'm currently riding on board with Casper, who is currently... He won last week he was involved in quite a lot of battles last week, which was very impressive. And we got a yellow flag in sector 1. Not quite sure what has happened there. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to follow Casper on the lap, actually, because, yeah. So, we got, obviously, the 3 tyres. We got the C1, C2s, and C3s, which is, obviously, the softs, mediums, and the hards. So, let's follow Casper very quickly. So, going into turn 1, it's the fastest spot on the track, travelling at nearly 210 miles per hour. Brake just for the 100-metre boards just after the bump. Hitting the apex is best at any contour at the curb. Will unsell the car, plump the power down for turns 2, 3, and then go in at approaching really tight turn 4. Turn 4 is the best overtaking circuit of the course, and then go through the longest section going into turn 5 to 7. The downforce you put on the car is absolutely essential going into these corners, and avoid the curving on the outside again. Then approaching turn 8, turn 9, I'll then go and approaching turn 10. That is the trickiest corner on the circuit, because you're going to be braking with blind apexes, and Casper managing to do that quite well. So as the DRS flap is wide open, he kisses the curb a little bit to gain momentum, and as he goes past turn 11 and then goes through to turn 12, approaches that quite nicely, drops it down into 4th gear, and then going up the power again, up into 5th, 6th, 7th. He was not. Casper tricked me there. I don't think he was on I think he got his lap time invalidated. I don't know. Let's just see anyway. As he comes across the line, what lap time will he set preliminarily is 1:29.5. So that puts him in 2nd. Now, quite a lot of people will be doing mediums to hards. I think that is probably the ultimate strategy people do. But I did see people do softs, medium, softs. Or softs, medium, medium. Could be doable, but it is quite hard. Softs only last about 8 laps. But anyway, soon he comes across the line. He comes on in 5th place. And we got Pete. Pete's looking quite strong around here in practice. We'll see where he is at the moment. Oh, he's 3rd. 1:29.4. We're seeing some pretty good banker times on the set of the hard tyres. So that is looking impressive from Pete. So we'll keep an eye on these guys as we get, and let me just get the chat open actually, so I can see you beautiful people tuning in. So yeah, and I do believe we're missing one driver, I think, tonight, which I'm not quite sure who we're missing, but we are missing a driver. So yeah, currently riding also on board with Bassi, who is Bassi's reserve, and he's filling in for someone in the Toro Rosso today, which I completely forgot who that is. But anyway, Bassi's going to the pits. Our online is here. He wasn't here last week. He's here this week. So welcome on board to ILR, really. And oh god. Good evening again. Sorry, my the stream decided to die on me quickly. So welcome back to ILR5. Hopefully everything is back up and running. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's probably because I got the Wi-Fi on as well on my phone. So we are back. We're in Bahrain, and it should be an absolutely cracking race to watch. So currently 14 people have set a lap time at the moment. So Quintin is currently on pole on the soft compounder tyre. Now The fastest I've seen on the softs, I think, from this tier especially, is definitely going to the 120s, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I will keep a close eye on these guys later on through the laps. So we've got 11 minutes left to go. I'm just going to see if anyone could be potentially... No, I think everyone's going to dive it into the pits currently as well. So, yeah. I think, yeah, we are back to normal. That's all good. That is all good. Sorry about the technical issues, but, you know, my internet's been a bit hairy today. But it's all good. So we got Khalifa in the chat, a few people rooting for a few people as well. And yeah. So a few people taking it cautious into turn 10, which is advisable, especially if you're going on the softs, because otherwise you're going to end up dying, to be honest. And you can expect what the real drivers actually... You can expect the real drivers to find it quite difficult for the wind. And the temperature is quite difficult as well. And the fast run through of turn 12, just like we said earlier, can be quite tricky because they can feel the cars coming alive, but if they put the throttle in too early, then it costs them dearly, really, to be honest. So Milos comes across the line to set his time on the hard tyre, which is a 1:29.1. So that is his... Oh no, my lap time might be in a bad date there. It was 1:29.6. I didn't read that properly there. But there we go, as he's finding a way to move out the track. So pretty much it's a busy point on the circuit right now, as we're seeing a lot of traffic, a lot of people. We're not going to see the wet tyres, I don't think, because... except if it's a monsoon, then I'm sure we're not going to get wet compound tyres at all. So, I don't think we're going to get a monsoon. So I think that's why a lot of people were practicing for the dries. So, Quintin looking strong. Pete's looking very strong as well. He's been on those hard tyres for 3 laps though. So he's going to go into the pit. I do believe Corboy is... going to dive it into the pits as well. Yes, he is. As he goes on, I think, yeah, and Pete's diving into the pits. I think he was trying to get a few laps on the hards, which kind of worked for him. And actually worked quite well for him, in fact. So, very impressed with all the drivers so far on terms of pace anyway. It's pretty close in the field, really, as we've got the gap separated by about 1.8 seconds. Last week, we saw the gap separated by a second, which is insane. Between, I think it was at least the top 15. So, I wonder if we could see the same today. Now, because my hot lap got cut off due to my rubbish internet, I might see if I can find someone to do it again. Our online could be on one. Let's see if our online could be on one. No, he's not. He's running out of fuel. So he would have to dive it into the pits quite quickly, I think. So, yeah, he is going to dive into the pits, I think, because otherwise it is pretty much game over. Now, Quintin, our current pole sitter. Quintin's probably going for the 2-stop because softs don't last long, obviously, on your first stint. And there's a certain amount of tyres you can take. You could take the softer option, the balanced option, or the harder option. Quite a lot of people will be taking the harder option for today. And Quintin has just gone in even faster with a 1:27.5. So that is his soft run pretty much sorted. Unless he can get to the one... He's about 1.4 seconds faster than Pete. So I wonder if that's a gamble. But again, I'm not entirely sure. So we'll just keep an eye on him. Oh, and Sample. We haven't seen much of Sample recently. I think he might be reserve, I think. But he's on pole in the Force India. 1:27.4 by 1/10 of a second. So he managed to respond to Quintin's time. Is anyone else going to respond to Quintin's time? Another person that could respond to Quintin's time is Ben Gallagher. Ben Gallagher's about to cross the line. And it is an in-lap or an out-lap. So he's going on one now. So let's see if I can follow him on an out lap now. So going past turn 1, getting the kink. You brake just before the 100-meter board to get the best possible traction. And then the run to turn 3 and 4 is pretty crucial because they introduced the new DRS zone this year. And he hit the curb a little bit. That might have lost him a bit of speed going through the tight X section, coming up here and then going through to turn 7. Braking just a little bit there, getting that apex absolutely right, going to turn 8, turn 9, and he brakes a bit early there for turn 10, which is all you need getting into that corner. He reacts to the DRS just fine now on that lap, so it's looking like to be a very strong lap for Ben Gallagher. He was in ILR5 last season. He wasn't here last week, of course. So going past turn 12. Can he make through turn 12 unscathed? Yes, I think he does. Yep, he does. And he goes through turn 5, 6, 7. He's in full ERS at the moment. He's got plenty of ERS to get through to that corner. Is a looking at... Oh, that was close. That was a bit of a save there from Ben. And that's probably got his lap time invalidated. He possibly wasn't happy with that. He thought it was a bit slower than his last lap. So he's dived it in to the pit lane. What a shame. That last mistake, I think, pretty much cost him, to be honest. So we've got Patrick, we've got Matt, we've got AMKX Future, we've got William, and we've got Scuba in the chat. So nice to see you all. Hope you're all doing good. So I think the thing that's going to make the race interesting always is strategy, because they're not always going to go on the same tyre, and mediums to hards and then softs to mediums usually account to around about the same lap time, from what I've heard anyway. And maybe someone could do hard to mediums, and you never know. I was going to do hard to mediums, but there was a safety car that came out in ILR8 that kind of changed everything, and my race engineer was like, right, you're going on the mediums and then going on the softs for the last bit. And that just went horribly wrong from there, to be honest, because the softs, literally I was struggling for grip towards the end. So probably about 6 or 7 laps is going to be the ultimate, really. And you're going to see people on the mediums really try and go out long for their stints, and then people on the softs lose quite a bit of position. So it's going to be quite, quite hard to adapt, really. And we got a yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that? Who has caused the yellow flag in sector 1? No one has at the moment. Okay, we're all good. We are all good. So there we go. So we're all good in that respect, as I think it's probably people trying to move out the way by the looks of things. So people trying to move out the way of probably obviously turn 2 and 3. So that was what people were trying to do anyway. So Jordan had a not too bad result last week as well. So hopefully he could do, and hopefully we'll have more people finish this week. Please, I pray you guys. I wonder if we could get some bets on how many people finish this week. We'll have to wait and see anyway, as Jordan goes through the DRS straight now. There's another yellow flag in sector 1. I think I'm going to ignore it because that doesn't last for very long. So I'm just going to leave it to it, basically. As Jordan goes past turn 12 and then going into the tricky hander of turn 13 then. So Jordan goes on the power then, goes through to 7th and 8th. He chooses the same 4th ERS mode, which is overtake mode for now. As Jordan goes towards the start, finish straight then. What lap time is he going to set? Is he going to improve on his lap time? Yes, he does. He goes to 4th. So that is good. And he does have time to go on another lap. So he could go even faster if he's got low fuel on him, which would be pretty impressive. Now, Aero Specialist is still in the pit lane. So I don't think he's going to get a lap in. And Uberto Mancini, he is on an out lap as well. But I know Huberto Mancini is definitely going to, I think he's definitely going to make it past that time anyway. So he's going to get on those mediums. So let's just go to best quickly to see what sides everybody's on. So Sample, or how we say his name, Sam. I think it's his name's Sam, and is our online just taking interest. I don't think he's gonna. But anyway, Sam is on the softs. Quentin says best time on the softs. We've got Casper R online on the mediums, Abassi on the softs, Jordan on the mediums, Pete on the hards, Cowboy on the hards, IXE Fun on the hards, and Pinsky on the hards. Now, Pinsky, let me talk about Pinsky. He wasn't here last week. He took part in Rally Finland last week and had ILR logos on his rally car, which was, I felt quite proud of, really, representing ILR in a way. So he is the rally driver. His real name is Philo, and he's such a nice guy. I raced with him in Rallycross quite a lot as well. So I wonder how he's going to do here in ILR5. Let's just follow him, actually, to see if he could. I think he could be on a flyer. Let's just see what lap time could he improve on his 12. He goes up to third, actually, on a set of mediums for his tyre then. So everyone has gone on to the softs or the mediums. So apart from Aero Specialists. Now, don't forget, ones who qualify in the top 10, they will have to start the race with the tyre they set their fastest lap in. So at the moment, it's mostly going to be the softs and the mediums. So in ILR8, there was quite a lot of people that started on the softs. So we are seeing a bit of a change here in ILR5, where we have got a lot of people on the mediums. So I think a lot of people here could be doing a one-stop. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. As Casper's retired, and I do believe Jay Carty's having issues with his game sound at the moment. I think that's what it is. But anyway, let's follow. The checker flag has fallen. So I'm just going to see who could be on a lap. Oh, no. Pete's not going to make it. Oh, Pete, you bottle. He's not going to make it. He's going to be all the way down in 13th on a... But he's qualified. He gets free choice of tyres in the race anyway. That's really going to compromise in him because he's really going to hope for top 3. He's not going to make it at all, which is a shame, really. Yeah, it's 14th for him. How about, I'm just going to see who else could be on one. Huberto. Quentin still in second. We're still seeing a few. Nope, Huberto slowing down. How about Dan? Dan could be on one. Nope, Dan dives into the pits as well. Yeah, everyone's diving into the pits, I think. So, Sample, this guy here, in the Force India, is your pole man with a 1:27.378. So, I wonder which strategy is going to work the best tonight. I really don't know. It is anyone's game. And it also depends on where you qualify. Because if you start on the softs and if you're on the, and you start to pull away, you can really make the two-stop work. Watch Crow on Tuesday for ILR PC. He made that work really well. So I wonder if Sam is going to do the same. But I haven't seen Sam's racecraft as much. So I don't know what's going to work. Oh, so Pete went off track to let people through and he got his lap invalidated. Oh no, Pete. So it wasn't a bottle then. Rip, Pete. Rip. He was hoping for a good result in Bahrain as well. I swear every time he posts a lap around Bahrain, he always jinxes himself. Hopefully he don't want, but he could turn into a Sebastian Vettel. He could gain more positions. But we'll see anyway. So Sam is on pole with Quinton second. Cam in third. That's a good lap time from him. Huberto. Then we got Callboy, Dan, Pinsky, Casper, Ben Gallagher, Jordan, I'm online, Abassi, Swimmy, Jack, Milos, IXE Fun, Jay Carty, Pete, and Aero Specialist. Aero Specialist did not set a lap time. Did he? I'm not sure if he like raced last week. He might have had a quali ban, or he might have just not chosen to get the lap in. So it is getting pretty intense between a lot of these people. And I hope you're all looking forward to this race. ILR5 is a tier to be on my phone. My phone's just went on the floor. ILR5 is the tier to be on Thursday nights. It is the bomb. It is the best. So make sure you stick around with us for some very good racing. So 6 down to 14th, 2 tenths. I've only just noticed that. Wow. So another close qualifying, but not by who you were expecting. So, and one thing I forgot to do is I need to retweet that. There we go. Sorted. I've retweeted everything, and we're just waiting for all the drivers to ready up to start the race then. So 29 laps await us then. It should be a good race. Good luck to all the drivers. And let's get going. So obviously there is formation lap. So let's get tyres up and telemetry. There we go. So top 3 on the softs. And then we've got Huberto down to Casper on the mediums. Ben Gallagher on the softs and Jordan on the mediums. Now, bottom is interesting because we've got Abassi, Jack, Milos, IXE Fun, Pete and Specialist on the mediums. We've got our line, Swimmy and Jay Carty on the hards. So this is the first race, I think, where all 3 tyres are used in a Grand Prix. So, yeah. So, and one advantage, I think the advantage you're probably going to get is if you're in 11th, because you get 3 choice of tyres, you're able to gain more position as well, and you're able to gain more speed on the straight. So, as everyone is trying to get their tyres up to temperature, unfortunately this game, you can't see who gets disqualified. You can only see if they get to the grid. Just like what happened to me in ILR8. So, yeah. So quite a lot of people also say they've got no sound as well in their game when they're racing. So that's going to be really hard, especially if they're getting used to manual gears as well. So literally it's a race of attrition. Anything can happen. It is up to the strategy today. The strategy gods. Long story short, softs can only last to lap 9. If they go longer, risk of a puncher. That is pretty much it. So, if you just joined us, welcome back to ILR5. And we've got Sam on pole as he lines up on the left-hand side of the grid. So he goes into the grid then as Specialist in the Williams is going to be the last guy to go in his grid spot. He was in the McLaren last year, I believe, last season. So it's nice to see a change and then go on to the set of the mediums. So, the Williams, sorry. So, the 5 red lights are about to come on, and we've got yellow flag in centre 3 already. But anyway, 5 red lights about to come on, and it is lights out, and away we go. And Sample's got a really good start, so is Quintin. And Cam has dropped back quite a bit, but he's right behind Quintin going into turn 1. Look at Sample. Sample has all, is there contact in turn 1? Everyone's made it through turn 1 because they were told to keep an eye on it so far. So, I just spoke too soon as we got a Red Bull, Force India in the gravel, and they just, it was a racing point, sorry, in the gravel, and he just lost the breaker marker board. So that is Sample in last. 17th. Oh, Linus had a bit of an issue as well. So quite a lot of changes so far this race. So it is going to cost them if needed. Wait, Ben Gallagher is right on the back of Huberto Mancini as well. IXE Fun is making his way past Swemmy. Huberto's just gone wide into turn 10. This is not where you want to go wide into turn 10. So here goes. We've got Ben Gallagher who has just got past Huberto Mancini then due to that mistake. Let's see what's happening midway through the field. Huberto is trying to make another move, and he does it this time. Makes it way. Oh, Ben making a mistake there. So that is Ben Gallagher up into 4th place. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the Toro Rosso battle with the Haas, with the McLarens. We've got Jack and Dan. Now, Dan's disconnected. So I think Dan is ghosted or something, but not entirely sure. But anyway, Dan's going to, we've got Jack's going to try and go around the outside of Dan then going into turn 1. A lot of people going side to side. The slipstream is OP here, and Pinsky's also going to try and have another look as well. Right behind as well. This is quite a lag. Ben is suffering from a lot of lag. Or it might be just me. But anyway, we've got Cowboy and Cam K also fighting up front as well, going into turn 7. There's been a lot of changes already. Jay Carty up into 15th. Yep, Dan is having some issues. He's dropped it down to 13th. Yep, he's definitely ghosted there. Milos. So Milos is behind Casper. Casper's dropped it down as well. I will look at the positions gained as well in a second for you. So I will check to see what has happened and what is going on as well. And I will look at position changes pretty soon as well. So Quintin already pulling away on those soft tyres, but he'll be pitting later than Corboy. So Corboy will be starting to push when it gets to around about lap 6 and 7 when Quintin's tyres starts to die. And Swummy has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And we got yellow flag instead to 3. Oh, it's Pinsky. Pinsky, that was, I don't know what turn that was. I think that was turn 13, I think it was, where he lost it. That was a bit of a shame from Pinsky there to lose it in that corner. Casper up into 9th. He's made his way past Jordan into turn 1. He goes around the inside. Jordan tries to cover it, but Casper does it. DRS is now enabled, so the activation point is going to be there. Jordan's going to get DRS, so I think Casper's going to get DRS as well, but Jordan decides to stay behind for the time being. He's still about 3 tenths down the road. Pinsky is pitted, so he must have had front wing damage, I think, which costed that. So, oh, Jordan was almost looking around the outside of Casper there. Let's see if he can have a look going towards turn 10. Again, braking just at the right time now before it causes any issues. And he's staying where he is. He's just a little bit further back at the moment. I'm online with Swimmy is having a little bit of a charge up front as well. Our online is still in 15th. Now let's look at the Supercharge Award positions, because if you are new to my streams, I do something called Supercharge, where after the end of the second lap, beginning of third lap, one who gains the most positions gain the Supercharge Award. And it is joint between Jack Hawkeye and IXE Fun. So they get the Supercharge Award this week. And Dan has joined, which is good news, which means we can carry on. Herberto and Camke are having a mega battle going into turn 1. Herberto getting the jump that he needs going into this. Is Herberto still going to have DRS? Nope, he's not. He's going to lose it, I think. So Camke is going to gain more advantage, I think, going around the straight, which he does. And also Pete is really starting to pick up the pressure from J-Cars. Pete's now up into 13th. Specialist has got his teammate Milos and Jordan behind him as well. So I wonder if teammates will be helping each other, giving a little bit of a title. That's what I'll be doing, if that's the case anyway. So Milos in 11th then. Jordan still in 10th. And he's going to be under pressure from Milos sooner or later if he doesn't keep it up. They're on medium tyres, so none of these guys want the softs. It looked like Milos was going to have another look there, but he doesn't seem to. It looked like Jordan closed the door, I think, on him there. So that is Jordan still in P10 in the points, because any point is crucial here. So let's get tyres up again as we've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Who is that? I don't know who that yellow flag in sector 3 was, but IXE Fun is going into the pit lane then for his first stop. That's a bit early for Sam Medium, so he must have had damage. Yeah, he must have damage, I think. He's held up a bit on his pit stop. And what tyres is he going on? He's going on to the hards. So he might go on to a set of the softs at the end to make it interesting. But at the moment, he's on the hards. So, can Cam have another look on Roberto Mancini? Roberto and Cam have been pretty much rivals since the ILR4 days, when this tier used to be ILR4 anyway. And they are still fighting and fighting for stuff to go on. It is just getting pretty much very close between the top guys. Callboy is now a second behind Quinton. Now Quinton's lagging. A few comments are saying Quinton is lagging as well, so it's not just me. And Quinton's tyres are starting to struggle. You can see he's trying to get the car planted, and Callboy is about to go into DRS territory pretty soon as well. So when will Quinton decide to pit? Because he's going to lose a bit of time. He's probably going to go on to a set of mediums, or he's going to go on to a set of mediums most likely. Because if he goes on to a set of hards, that's going to be a bit of a gamble for him. As we've seen Milos and Bassi and Casper having a nice cheeky battle here, as Milos is going to be under pressure from Bassi, especially around the outside of turn 4. It's going to be very squeezed. It's quite literally, actually, they're trying to give as much space as possible. Some absolutely clean racing. It's nice to get a helicopter shot of that, actually. And Specialist is now up in a 2. P9 in this race, which is where you want to be, and that is a move. So Specialist retains that. Pete is doing well to try and gain some more behind. Pete is up into 12th place. He is about 3 tenths behind Jordan. He's going to try and get around the inside. He tried to look for an ambitious move there into turn 12. But unfortunately, he cannot quite do it. Oh, Pete! Pete, oh no, he's gone off the track. And doing so, he got a 3-second time penalty for that. Which was a bit of a corner cut there, as Abathi did try to cover off Jordan. Quinton is going to be the first of the soft runners then to dive it into the pit lane. So what side is he going to go on? Into the Renault garage then. He is on mediums. So yeah, he's doing a 2-stop. So he's doing soft, medium, mediums, which is doable. And meanwhile, Pete makes his way past Jordan. Jordan and Jay Carty having a little bit of scrap. It's going to be 3 wide as well. Jay Carty goes to the outside. Jordan defends from the inside. Can either of these guys get the advantage here? Looks like Jordan gets the better run going into turn 5 and 6. And he does. Jay Carty gets the outside into turn 7. And then going through this long straight here. If you mess it up in turn 10, then it's going to cost both of you. They manage to keep it together. They keep it in single file for now. Jay Carty does enable DRS. Yes, he does. So there's Jay Carty now up into 11th place. Still on those set of hard compound tyres. To be honest, I found that in the ILR8 race, the hard tyres on this game in Bahrain is actually pretty decent. It's a very good race tyre because you can get involved in so many good battles. So it's nice to see quite a few people on those hard tyres. Our online is having a little look as well. This is getting absolutely spicy right now. I'm loving this. But meanwhile, we've got intriguing battles happening up front as well. As, Ben Gallagher's lagging like Narnia at the moment. I don't know what's happened to Ben Gallagher there. So, that is Ben Gallagher's teammate, Jack Hawkeye, into third. What a miracle. 19 runners still in this Grand Prix. Can we make a record to make all 19 runners finish, please? Anyway, Sam dives into the pits. He's had a very horrible start. He's going to go into last place for now. As I think he's getting lapped. Yeah, he is getting lapped by the Racing Point as well. So that is a shame. So your race leader at the moment is Cowboy with Alberto Mancini in second. So they will be on a similar strategy, and Huberto will be hoping that Cowboy's internet doesn't die on them, basically. Don't forget, you can also watch ILR4 at the same time as well. Oh, I jinxed myself. I thought we were going to have all 19 runners, but Ben Gallagher has died, or he's lagged out or something like that. Oh, let me just check. Let me just go on board with some of them. I won't be surprised if it's turn 12. I couldn't really see. No, I can't really see, sadly. Let's just see anyway. No, I think his car was cleared, I think. So, unfortunately, could not quite catch that. As Quentin sets the fastest lap on the medium tyres then. So, let's just quickly jump back to Huberto and Cowboy. But meanwhile, our online was having a scrap with Jake Carty. Our online is up into 8th with Pete up. So, this is going to get intense between Cowboy and Huberto then. It is going to be a rush to the pit stops. Because if you want to go, if you want to get this right, then you want to get this right, really. As I'm just seeing what else. Quintin's right behind Jordan as well, with Quintin on fresher tyres. As Quintin is going to go around the inside. Yes, he does. Quintin is now up into the points then, so he's going to try and make this two-stop work, as he can't really get holed up in traffic very much, because otherwise you're not really going to make that two-stop strategy work, and you're not going to take the win. So we'll just have to wait and see how Quintin does. I think Huberto's dropped a little bit from Cowboy. So I think Cowboy is doing very well to try and keep up with Huberto and try and hold him on, really. It is very impressive, to be honest. And it's nice to see Huberto keeping up with him as well. As we got another person dive into the pits, Jordan. He's going onto hard, so that is a few laps earlier than I thought, going onto a set of the hard tyres. I thought you would probably pit around about lap 12, maybe, on to a set of the hards, maybe. So it's a bit of a gamble, but it will go to the end, but they will start to die around about lap 20. Lap 27, lap 28, I think. So Jordan has got an uphill battle on his hand to try and catch that. So top 7 haven't pitted yet. Neither has our online and J cards, because obviously they're on the hard tyres. Dan's still yet to pit 2. Swimmy, I believe, pitted a lap. I think a few laps earlier, because I think he had damage at the beginning. So that's what he will definitely have to pit again, because the mediums are not going to last to the end of the race. So it is crunch time for these guys to make sure they get their pit stops right. Will Huberto wait until Cowboy goes, or will Huberto jump the gun? And don't forget, some of these guys, they haven't won in ILR before. Huberto hasn't won in ILR at all, I don't think. So he is looking for his first win, as quite a lot of people is as well. So can anyone get your predictions in? Who is going to make the medium to hard strategy work out of the top 7? Pete doing quite well as well in 7th. 4.1 seconds behind the specialist though, so we'll have to wait and see. As Cowboy did make the jump when I thought he would, and Huberto stayed out. So Cowboy, I think, is going to get the undercut. Possibly. So Roberto has really got to get a good in-lap going into the pits, because otherwise he's going to come out behind Cowboy. And Cowboy's going to hope that he's not going to get held up in traffic as well. So Cowboy is down in 8th at the moment. He comes just ahead of Milos, I think, and Cam K that are having a scrap. As we got Pete in the pits as well. So is Dan. So we're going to get a good run into turn 3 pretty soon as well between these two guys. So where is Pete on the circuit? Oh, it's going to be close. Swoomy was right on the back of Pete then. And so is Dan as well. Dan did drop it in a little bit in the pit stops. So Swoomy right on Pete's tail now. Going into the new DRS straight. We've got yellow flag in set 2. That is Arm Online. Arm Online has lost it. He is ghosted, I think, as well, isn't he? No, he's not. But he's lost it anyway. Going into turn 12. So that's him. So he hasn't lost positions. He just stayed in 8th, I think. But I think Cowboy, got ahead of him, and so did Quinton. So Roberto now dives it into the pit lane. He's got to get this right in order to go ahead of Cowboy. I think Cowboy will go ahead of him, I think. That is my prediction, but we'll see anyway. Where's Cowboy? Cowboy is in 4th place. Oh, it's going to be ever so close. But I think Roberto just lost a bit of time there. I think if I look at the leader gap, yeah, I think he lost time in the pit stops compared to Cowboy. He lost 4 seconds. So yeah, if he pitted a lap or 2 laps earlier, then he would have had the jump on Cowboy. So that is a shame there, but look at this, Milos. Let me just get Milos up. Milos is having a battle with his CPL compatriot, which is Casper. So I wonder how that is going to play out between these two as well, because they've been rivals in other leagues as well, and I think they were teammates together last season. So, but they're not this season, of course. And Casper then, he is really getting the power. Casper, I always think that if you're on the harder tyres for a lap older, you'll probably warm them up a bit more. I think Casper has really took it like a duck to water with these hard tyres. And that's what's going to help him. So he's got Cam K on the mediums as well. And I'm almost certain Cam K might have to pit again, possibly for a set of the soft tyres. And Cowboy and Jay Carty having a look into turn 1. Jay Carty is not giving up on Cowboy. So Cowboy is staying in P2. So Cowboy is now 2.2 seconds behind Quinton. Quinton's tyres are going to start to die soon as well. So it's not a question of if, really. It's a question of when he's going to do it. Sam's in the pits again. He's onto a set of hards. Yeah, his day is his day has gone from bad to worse, I think. So that is a shame for Sam, but it is all about, to be honest, it's all about getting his car to the end of the Grand Prix. And that's what you want to do anyway. So, your standings as of lap 14. Quintin leads. Corboy is in second. Jay Carty third. With R1 fourth. These two are the only ones still yet to pit onto the South mediums. Pinsky's still yet to pit either, but he had to pit quite early on as well due to front wing damage. So, oh, that was close from R1. So I don't think R1 is going to get the speed that he wanted going into turn 1. We'll have to wait and see anyway. Jay Carty holds on to the inside line. Jay Carty gets third from R1. R1's a bit weaving on the straight slightly. Going into turn 4. They've got to leave enough space, which they do. So that is Jay Carty staying in third. R1 is putting the pressure on quite a lot. These hards could last for quite a bit on this circuit then. And I think that's what's helping these guys try and push their stints to try and get as high as possible, which is what they want to do anyway. So, look at this though. Huberto as well on the trail on fresher tyres though. Surely Huberto's going to get past them sooner or later. But I think that might be a sign as well. R1 and Jay Carty are going to have a little bit of a gamble, I think. Probably going on for, I think, a few extra laps. I think Jay Carty's going to dive into the pits. Yes, he does. He's going to put on a set of mediums. Huberto is going to get past. He's going to get past R1 around the inside then. Yep, he easily gets it done. He was on fresher tyres at the end of the day. Is that how you say it? One line? Oh, is it one line? Oh, it's not R1 line, it's one line. Okay, I pronounced it wrong pretty much the whole race. We have a Toro Rosso and a Bassi going into turn 1, having a very good scrap into the first corner, doing it very well indeed. I think both of them will still have DRS at this point. A Bassi is going to try and have a look around the outside of turn 4. Nope. Also a bit of a slide there from a Bassi going into the first turn 4 there. So a lot of people laughing there on my mispronunciation of Ron Line. Ron Line, if you're watching this back, I do apologise. As most of you know, I'm rubbish with names. So yeah. I did alright in ILR3 PS4 when I had to fill in. I actually did alright with those names, to be honest. But I'm not doing well here. And I should be doing well here because these are the drivers I know I'm going to commentate on a regular basis. So, well done, Jess. Not. And Ron Line does go into the pits then as Pinsky's got a penalty. So I think that's 3 seconds, I think, as Ron Line, yep, he goes on to 7 mediums, and that is almost certainly going to last to the end of the race as Ben Gallagher's left the session. Casper and Milos having a little bit of a battle there for P6 then. Milos getting the edge from Casper there. Getting the DRS, I think Casper lost the DRS. I think it's one of those tracks where you could also lose DRS as well. I lost DRS today, which is a shame really, but as Casper then is going to hope he can gain a few more positions. He's leading the championship at the moment. Will he stay in the lead of this championships afterwards? He might do. But as long as he gains a few more positions, he should be fine. We're pretty much halfway in this race now at the moment. By a few laps. So this has come to the crucial point. We could see some people go onto the softs if they want to. As Quintin is going to do his final stop. He's going on to another set of mediums. So where is Quintin going to come out of? We'll have to find out ASAP really. So Quintin comes out. He's got IXE Fun, his teammate, going past him as well. There comes Quintin in front. So Quintin is in 8th. So he's still going to get some valuable points. But meanwhile, just don't forget, because everyone else in front of him is on the harder tyre, he can gain a few seconds per lap. So he can potentially gain a few more points here. And gap between Iberto and Callboy is 4.1. So unless Callboy makes a mistake, I think the positions are going to stay exactly as they are at the moment. So we will keep an eye on what happens. I will check penalties as well. I don't think many people have got much penalties at the moment. I don't think. No, maybe not. Cam K is suffering some rev glitches for me, my end. So I won't be going on board with him. I'll have to go outboard him, sadly. So who is your favourite to win this race? I pronounced my W's wrong as well. I don't know why, but I pronounced it very wrong. So as Miloscope makes the run into turn 1 for Casper again. So is Casper's tyre struggling on his hards? We'll have to wait and see. Casper's going to try and make another run into turn 4. He's going to get the outside. No, he stays ahead. He has to make a move soon. He's got Aero Specialist not that far behind as well. Quintin is also going to join in a party pretty soon too. So it's gonna be, I think strategy just makes it a little bit more interesting. That's why I like Bahrain, to be honest. As we've got Pete, who's just passed online. So, wrong line, sorry. But anyway, wrong line as Pete is now in the points. But I do believe Pete has a 3-second time penalty due to, I think it was due to multiple warnings, I think. So, I think unless one line has got penalties as well, I think it's going to be P11 for him, as Uberto's got a 3-second. That is pretty much game over for the race win. As Casper and Milos are having a little bit of a me to you there for a little bit of a battle, which is good to see between teammates. One line, I think, just got ahead of Pete again into turn 1, but let's concentrate on this battle again. A bit of a lock-up from Casper, though. That's cost him a bit of time. Excuse me, I lost a bit of my voice there. I don't know what happened there, but there we go. As Milos then is in at P6, really bumping up the pressure there on Casper then. It's pretty much going to be a battle for the finish between these two. I think midfield battles are usually the best around Bahrain, as Jack and Camke is going to go all into turn 12. Who can gain the advantage here? Jack Hawkeye had a better run into turn 12 there. Camke is going to try and see if he could get past Jack on at the next straight then. Let's see then. Is he going to take a different line into The next corner, like I said, I can't go on board with him because otherwise it's going to have a rev glitch, which we don't want to happen, as you can tell. As Cam K is going on to it, he's going to go on softs. I think he's going to go on the soft tyres. I think he wants to get fastest lap as well and try and gain as much positions. Now, bear in mind, the softs only last around about 9 laps or so. So, and Cam K's dropped down to 13th. So, he's going to get past the Batty, surely, if he gains enough time, as long as he doesn't get holed up. Meanwhile, One Line and Pete, One Line is still in 8th place with them also swapping positions too. And Mr. Jack Gooding in the chat saying Bahrain looks so good on this game. It does. It really does. The graphics on Bahrain and Singapore is amazing. And also if you drive Monaco in the night, that's pretty good as well. Jack, if you're watching, can we please have Monaco in the night, please? Because that will just be good graphics-wise. But anyway, it just looks so amazing to watch. It just looks like it's real life. It just makes me so excited to commentate on my 2 remaining league races. Because obviously I'm doing our ILR3 Xbox tomorrow night at 7:30. And then I'm filling in for ILR3 PS4 on Sunday. So I'm lucky to commentate on 3 Bahrain races this week. Lucky me. So this is going to be fun to watch. But so far we've only had 1 retirement, which is Ben. Apart from that, everyone else has survived. So Ben has ruined the perfect finish record, but at least we only got 1 retirement, which is good. So pretty proud of the ILR5 guys, as Quintin made his way past Milos quite convincingly on those medium tyres then, going into turn 2, as Quintin then is now going to be on the charged nets to go to Casper. You can see Casper struggling to get the heat on those hard tyres as he goes towards the end of this Grand Prix. So Casper has got to really push. He's got to possibly go onto a rich fuel mixture as well. But yeah, I think there was times where he also has been saving a bit of fuel too, which I think was what he was doing. So Quintin, he's probably going to get past him sooner or later as well. It is about for the point. The Renault looks so good on this track. The Renault is my favourite car to look at visually on this track. It's the one that looks the most real, I think. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Which car looks the most real on Bahrain that you can't really tell? So, but anyway, Quintin is in DRS range of Casper now. But is he going to get the edge? I'm quite surprised actually that Quintin didn't stretch out on his hard stint, and possibly he could go on the hards. No, he could go on the softs actually, but that's probably a risk that's going to go too far. So Quintin's going to go around the inside of Casper, then into turn 5. IXC sets the fastest lap of the race so far. Casper has been given a message by his Jeff to push. He's turned up his fuel mixture. I can sense it. I can feel it. Another guy that is also pushing on the hard tyres very well is Milos. So let's see. They're almost touched into turn 10. That would have ended in disaster. If you guys just joined us, you're joining us at a very good place where we're going to see battles going right through to the end of this Grand Prix. As always, there was a little bit of a mistake from Quintin then on his medium tyres. But looks like he is doing okay as he goes past turn 14 then. Going through the long straight there. You can see the floodlights being reflected really well here as well. So I think that's what makes the race so great as well, to be honest. As here we go then, Quintin is going to make his way past into turn 1 on the outside line then. And I don't think Casper's going to challenge for that. No, he is not. So that is Casper down a place. Specialist made his way past Milos. The two Williams teammates fighting into turn 4. This is insane happening right now. And Specialist gets past him quite easily there. But he's on newer tyres compared to Milos. Pinsky's going into the pits. He's on soft as well. And I think it's Ubasi there, who has got a time penalty, sadly. So that has costed there. So, lap 24, 29. A few people are getting lapped at the moment. Casper's still challenging Quinton for 4th then. Oh no, Jordan's out. What happened to Jordan? Can I see from a lapped car? I can't see what happened there for Jordan. So I think that's his race done. And yeah, that is his race done and dusted on the softs then. He probably pushed a little bit too much on those soft compounder tyres then. There's still quite a yellow flag. So hopefully we can see for some of these cars, we can see how he died. I won't be surprised if it was, I think it was turn 2. I think it was turn 2. Which is a shame, really. So we're now down to 17 runners then. It is still pretty impressive that we still got a decent amount of runners in this Grand Prix. It does start to, obviously Australia, we always get a lot of DNFs in Australia. But in Bahrain onwards, really, I think we start to see true pace from everyone. As we could see for a second race in a row, we could see a Mercedes win. We saw Casper won last week. And Cowboy could win this week. You never know. As I like Cowboy, as Cowboy's kind of got like a Senna style-esque helmet on. I think that's what I have in the game. I forgot to change mine because I'm an idiot. But there we go. So Milos is still catching up to his teammate. This could be, I think, a battle that we could be watching. I think that's the only battle that is happening on track. We got 3 or 4 laps to go of this race then. Oh, Milos, I think, is finding his hard tyres a bit more difficult than Aero's. Aero could be on for his best result. Milos getting a bit more corner speed, getting that chicane in turn 1 absolutely right here. As he goes into turn 3, committed. Very committed, actually. As more time penalties are starting to happen, as Pete has got a 3-second time penalty there that he has gained. So I think Peter's up into... Oh, Casper's out! Casper is out of the race. What has happened to Casper? Where is Casper? Oh, come on. Oh, no! That is not where you want to be in your car, mate. So our race winner from last week is out of the race. The tables have turned. You have a very good result this last week. But this week, I don't know what happened there. Hopefully I would gain a little bit more time. But no, Casper just lost it, I think. So, yeah, down to 16 runners now. But his teammate's still out there. Let's check penalties, actually. I do have a few requests. So, Cowboy is penalty free. He hasn't got any warnings either. He's been absolutely clean. Roberto, he's got 1 penalty. Jack he's on his last warning before he gets another penalty. Quintin, let's see. Quintin's on 1 warning because he's got no penalties. Specialist is on 1 penalty. Milos is penalty free. One line has 1 warning, and Pete has 2 penalties, and Dan, penalty free. And as I was saying about penalties, Pinsky has just got a time penalty. So, and apparently Casper used a time trial set up for the race. My advice to you guys, if you're watching and new to League Racing, do not use a time trial set up for the race, because that will eat your tyres up massively. That's what I've learnt. That's why I put a different setup on today. And Casper has learnt the hard way, sadly. So, yeah. That is a shame from Casper. Jack, who did retire last week, he could be on for his best result as well. So the ones who did badly last week are doing good this week. The ones that done good last week are doing badly this week. So the tables are starting to turn here as well. As Dan makes his way past P into turn 1, they're going to go side by side. And yeah, I think Dan gets a better run from Pete, but Pete's still on the gearbox of Dan. I'm surprised Jay Carty hasn't gone on the softs, because he could have done, and then he could have gone to the end. But maybe he might have run out of softs due to his allocation, or he might have started on the softs in quali. I didn't really pay much attention to what tyres they were, so as Casper is rooting for Joe, and Joe is doing quite well, which is good to see, as Pete then gets the braking right into turn 10 then. You can see Dan having the better grip on Pete that lap. I think Dan braking a bit early there, Pete braking a bit late, which benefited him quite a bit as they approach turn 12 then. So what is going to happen to Dan and Pete? Could we see a battle to the line? Dan doesn't have any penalties though, Pete does. So Dan is going to be ahead of Pete then, going into based on penalties. So we're on the final lap then. Callboy, I think, is going to get his first win. So, just saying in the chat, has Callboy won in I'm sure Callboy's won in ILR before. He must have won in ILR4. But if not, then this could be his first ILR win. A lot of people tonight in all the ILR tiers have they've taken their first ILR win. That is a story right there, peeps. But anyway, Dan, I think Pete has gone past Dan. I think Dan knows that Pete does have a time penalty, so he's not going to challenge him there. You can see a battle to the end pretty soon as well, but meanwhile, let's jump on board with the one who's driven so well. Probably one of the drivers of the day, I think, who is pretty much kept out of trouble for pretty much the whole race. So here he goes, as Callboy comes towards the final corner. He is celebrating. This is what it means to him. He wins in ILR. He wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Absolutely brilliant. I'm so happy for him. He deserves this. Roberto gets P2. What a good result for him as well. Jack takes third. Quintin made the 2-stop work. He's up into fourth. Specialist with his best result of P5, but could be decided on penalties. Milos actually gets P5 from him, but well done to Specialist. He gets some decent points. Ron Line, a good decent result for him in P7. And yes, that's Pete dropped down into 10th. Jay Carty up into 8th, down into 9th. Pete's going to get 1 point for that. And Sam just hits the wall. He had a bit of trouble. He was in last in one of the first stints, but he gets 12 on the road, which is, I think, a good result considering all the trouble that he's had. IXC Fun, he had trouble last week. He hardly had any trouble this week. He kept out of trouble. He's in 13th. Swimming, what could it be for him? And Pinsky, he had a bit of damage on lap 1, which caused him to pit earlier. So I will need to check actually if this is Joe's first win in ILR. I don't think it is. I think he probably won before. So here we go. Another Mercedes win. Not from Casper this time, but from Cowboy, the Irishman, on the top step this time. Mercedes, I do believe, will lead the Constructors' Championship after this race. We've got McLaren there, and we've got Alfa Romeo as well. So, definitely a mixed podium, but there we go. So, we're glad to get your results in. So, here we go. Cowboy takes the win. Not many people got penalties in the top 10 apart from Specialist and Pete. So, Cowboy wins. Roberto second, Jack third, Quintin fourth, Milos fifth, Specialist sixth, Ron Line seventh, Jay Carty eighth, Dan ninth, and Knighton completes your points finishers. Then we have Cam in 11th, Sam in 12th, IXE Fun in 13th, Abassi 14th, Swimmy 15th, and Pinsky, your final finisher, in 16th. And your non-finishers, Casper, Jordan, and Ben Gallagher. That has been ILR5, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about the troubles at the beginning of the stream. I had issues with internet, but it sorted itself out eventually. So if you want to catch more of me, I will be commentating ILR3 Xbox tomorrow live on this very channel at 7:30. And if you want to catch more of me again after that, I'll be filling in for Hugo again on Sunday night at 7 for ILR3 PS4. So you'll catch two of me, which is good. You got double me, well, you got triple me on the ILR channel for the F1 2019 game anyway. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to have a bit of a lie down. It was not a bad race. It's been pretty good. It's making me so hyped for the other races. Don't forget, we've got all the other Xbox races on Twitch tomorrow as well, 7:30. ILR 1, 2 and 3 on Sunday for PS4. There should be some good races. And we will see you for ILR5 next week for the Chinese Grand Prix. It is a love-hate track, Chinese Grand Prix. Quite a few people like this track. So looking forward to seeing what battles come about from that. I've been Jess Games. Have a good evening. Good night.